this week. So I think your Bulls are going to get off to a cracking start, and Featherstone are going to be under the pump early doors. I'm going to go Bradford by, let's say, 20.
Blimey, that's confidence. I obviously, I'm not going to back against my boys. I think, obviously, it's great that we've played so many pre-season games to give everyone a run. More importantly than that, unlike some other teams, we've come out of it with a clean bill of health, which really helps. No injury concerns, as you say. Feather are still finding the feet. I'm not as confident as you are, but I do think we'll win. Bradford by 10.
Fair enough. Okay, so we didn't mention the Google form earlier on for the news, but the Google form will be open again as per usual for the fan match reviews on all of this week's games. Now we're going to put up on there the Super League games. We're going to put the Championship game of the week, and I'll probably, given that it's televised, put up the Toronto game each week as well, so that people can get the views in on that. Because obviously it's going to get there's. How many people did we hit? 360 million people worldwide are going to be watching it. Is that what we're told?
Something like that, yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, this is going to reach, lots of people. So us lot who listen to this show or talk on this show, absolute diehards, aren't we? So we're going to be following along with that at some stage. So I'll put that one on there as well. So look out for that form. The links will be posted, 15 minutes or so after games finish. Maybe it will be longer this year if the games go fast like they're supposed to, but 15 to 20 minutes after games finish you'll see the tweets pop up and the Facebook posts pop up as well, and get on there at Super League Pod on Twitter, facebook.com/Super League Pod, find those forms and make those comments. We'll also, when there's news stories breaking throughout the week, post a link to the Google form for the news, for your comments on the news stories. What we will be doing with the news stories this year is, if anything really blows up during the weeks, we're going to try and do an SLP short to cover the news topics that really blow up, and we'll be looking for people to get involved on those shows. So everyone, make sure you've got a working Skype account out there, and don't be shocked if we come asking you to join us for a chat to talk about any of the views we get if any of the stories really do get big. And also caveat that with, we have full-time jobs, work permitting, but we will see what we can do to give a little bit more floating in output, but yet still keep these shows to around about the 2-hour mark that we're hoping to deliver on this episode, as we move now into the closeout section of the show, where we're going to wrap it all up. Okay, so episode 206 is almost in the books, and as has become tradition on the Super League Pod, we're going to start the wrap-up close-out section of the show with the SLP quiz. This year, to try and match some of the feedback that we had at the end of season about try and aim for 2 hours, we're going to just do 3 questions per show on the quiz. So, and I'm going to try, Alan, make them a little bit more accessible. And make sure when you're answering them, you leave that dramatic pause so the listeners at home can come up with their answers as well.
Okay.
I think I would suggest for real Rugby League hipsters, these are pretty accessible questions. So correct me, everyone, if I'm wrong and they're really tough, because I don't know what's hard. But I'm going to start. The first question for you, Alan, is: Bradford have re-signed forward John McGrin for a second stint at the side, but what surname did he play under when he made his first Super League appearance back in 2014 for the London Broncos?
Oh God!
So I've totally miscalculated on simplicity then.
Well,
this must be just something that I really know and other people don't.
Well, the London fans might be screaming it at their podcast provider, but
he actually, in the press release when he signed for Bradford for the 2016 season, was it 2017 season? Sorry, was announced under this name, and then by the time the shirts were printed, he had his new surname. Some sort of tax scam, surely. Also, he could change his identity from being Maltese to being Jamaican, because he's played for both internationally.
I think that's enough stalling because I have absolutely no idea. Go on.
Well, it's John Wallace.
Not a Scooby-Doo about that one.
Okay, maybe this one's easier then. What are the first names of the Boas brothers who have joined Featherstone ahead of the 2019 season?
Oh my God.
I was really careful not to mention them by individual names and just call them the brothers when we went through the
Yeah, but geez, well done on your consistency, but that you would have been probably lost on me anyway. I'm coming up blank here as well. I have absolutely no idea. Let's guess. John and Billy Bob. No idea.
Assay and Watson Boas.
Assay
Boas and Watson Boas.
Watson Boas.
Obviously, I've misjudged. Okay, finally.
Just because I've got a beard doesn't mean I'm a hipster, but go on.
This last one is the one that I thought would be... No, because we don't keep our beards particularly neat, do we? Let's be fair. This last one is the one that I thought would be the most challenging, but hey, what do I know? Rochdale's new signing, Paddy Flynn, scored over 100 tries in his professional career to date with Widnes, Castleford and Sheffield. But which community club was he seen turning out for in 2018?
Oh my God. You really have to tone down this quiz. I have absolutely no idea.
I'm almost certain he was on one of the BBC Challenge Cup games last year. Or I certainly saw him on the R-League app playing for this side. And I thought, because we'd done the Championship preview, you'd have looked through the bloody signings and who'd signed from who.
Yeah, but names just... I certainly don't know.
Okay, well, this one was meant to be tough. The first two were meant to be Wolves. This one was meant to be hard. Anyway, the answer to this one is Tato Heath Crusaders.
Well, please message us and tell us how easy you found that, because I found that ridiculously difficult. It might be me, but then again, we'll let the fans decide. See what they think of that. No,
pleasingly for you, when you're next with us on episode 209 of the Super League pod, you can set the quiz for me. Right.
Revenge is a dish best served cold. Yeah, cool.
Any other business time, I suppose, then. And we'll include in this our recommendations. So I've got another podcast for you guys to go and listen to after you've listened to this one and all the other great rugby league ones out there. This one first, primarily, obviously. But going away from the rugby league world, a new podcast has come out over the last 2 months, I'd say, and it's called Off Menu with Ed Gamble and James Acaster. They basically get other comedians mostly, but some other celebrities too, to go and have a conversation with them. The episodes are about 45 minutes long or so, and they get the people to basically come up with their dream meal. Start a main course, dessert, and all the trimmings alongside of that as well. And you get some really interesting stuff, because you get some people who've had amazing exotic dishes in far-flung places, and then some people who say chips, sausage and beans because of how that makes them feel. So it's a really fun podcast, and obviously James Acaster is pretty funny. Ed Gamble, I've grown to appreciate a lot more in this double act, I would say. But yeah, check it out. I think the episodes normally come out on a Tuesday, so check it out.
Okay, Off Menu, brilliant. I've written that down to find it, because I do like a good podcast. Okay, so my recommend is something that I've literally come across in the last hour, but it is the best thing I think I've seen on Twitter for a little while. So
you weren't listening to me, is that?
I was listening. This is while I was waiting for you to make a brew.
Okay.
So this account is called @MascotSilence. @MascotSilence. And it basically is pictures of football teams predominantly observing minute silences and serious occasions, and it has pictures of the mascots who are also in the lineups, and it is the funniest thing I have ever seen. So go check that out. I might retweet one of them from the Super League pod account. But yeah, they are hilarious, particularly with the mascots that have got broad smiles on their faces. Yeah, it's absolute genius. So mascot silence if you want to want a bit of a laugh.
So we're talking like ridiculous creatures with massive grinning smiles with a bowed head during a silence is where I think we're going with this.
So I'm looking at one now. I think looking at the kit colour, it looks like it might be Luton Town, and it's the Hatter is in the lineup, and he's got a huge smile on his face, even though they're obviously very serious. So yeah, there you go, mascot silence.
I'm going quiet because I'm just following it. Mascot's minute silence.
That's the one.
Which is at mascot silence.
Yeah.
Amazing.
There you go. You see.
The pinned tweet at the top. That's insane.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. There you go. So if you fancy a laugh, that's what you need. That's where you need to be this week.
Excellent. Okay, we shall all be laughing over that, no doubt whatsoever. Right. So, did you have anything else you wanted to not necessarily recommend, but bring up and chat about? We talked a little bit about we're going to find out where you're going in the Challenge Cup round 2, didn't we?
Yeah.
I talked a little bit about that I'm going to be at 3 different Super League games this weekend, sat with the fans. Obviously, this is a fan podcast. We are very proud of being fans of this sport, and we all love this game. So, I'll be at St Helens in the Wigan end on Thursday night. Yep. I will be at Huddersfield. I'm not sure where. My little brother's finally paid me back for all the Wigan tickets I bought him by buying me the ticket for that one. And then I will be in the corner in the seats in the Warrington game, so in the Warrington end for that one. So if you do see me, say hello. Next week it's Tim G. We'll be recapping all of your fan reviews for round 1 of Super League. We're going to try out a few new different things of doing things a little bit of a different way around to make sure we give you the short, concise show, or more concise show, should I say, that everyone is asking for. You can find the show at Super League Pod on Twitter and Instagram, facebook.com/Super League Pod. You can email us if you want to get in touch by that method, superleaguepod@gmail.com. Look out for the blog post that we've talked about, superleaguepod.com. You'll be able to get all the links of all the things we've talked about on the show from there. Search for the show on Spreaker, iTunes, Leaguecast, Android app, Podcast Addict, rugbyleaguemedia.com or YouTube. It's audio only on YouTube. I'm afraid we are, if we get some good money in, then we'll think about getting some video equipment off the ground. But that's a bit of a way off for us just yet. We'll just have to rely on the little shorts that we've been put up. But Alan did put some decent stuff up over the weekend, and I'm sure Tim's going to start putting a few vids on from the Coventry Bears stuff this season as well. I'm going to push him to do that, and it is Tim G next week, so hammer him with those with that. We want to round out really by mentioning our superb partner sponsors to the show. So you've got Rob's Toy Shop, who sponsored this episode too. Enter SLP discount on checkout at Rob's Toy Shop on eBay and get 5% cashback on orders over £5, plus give 1% cashback to SLP. Little Warden, monitoring the tedious. Head to littlewarden.com to see what they can do for you if you've got a website that you need help maintaining. Mascot Browns for all your international rugby league gear and one-off t-shirts occasionally around special events, of course. Use our link shown in the episode blog post and we get 8% of your order value, which helps us with our running costs. If you do make an order using our link, let me know, because me and Steve Mascord have been having a bit of a chat recently about we're worried that my link is not working as it should. Because my wife bought me a Christmas present from there and I got no kickback. So yeah, me and Steve are working on that. So please do get in touch on all the social media channels if you do make a an order through